Well, firstly, I'm the general manager and a co-owner of the stationery center. So not only do I deal with the daily operations of the company, I also have to deal with the strategies, deal with the bigger picture, the growth and development of the company as well. My mother and father started the business in 1988, right, Dad?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So they started the business in April '88. My mother was a salesperson. My father was at a job that he disliked. So he was trying to find a way out, and because of the ease of entering into the market, he was able to pursue selling stationery. And it actually started in the back of our townhouse in the helpers' quarters. And I always joke around and say with one box of envelopes and one pack of file fasteners, because now hundreds and thousands of envelopes and file fasteners later, you know, we occupy 3 warehouses. And then Hurricane Gilbert had hit later that year, which was a setback, but through perseverance, persistence, determination, they said this has to work. You know, they have 2 children to feed. So they pushed through and they became successful, and they have moved from various locations. As the business grew, they outgrew the spaces, so they had to move on to larger locations. And then unfortunately, Hurricane Ivan had hit in 2004. We sustained substantial damage. The floors downstairs, they collapsed because the gully wall behind our building had washed away and all the earth just eroded. We had to quickly salvage what we could, and luckily a unit was available in the complex. We moved in there and continued operations as best as we could. We're a family that is very resilient. We don't give up easily. We always just persevere, we just persist, this is my obsession now. And that is how successful people achieve success. It becomes their obsession. There are no retreats. I will either grow or die. Like, there is nothing stopping me. I do work closely with my father. We are a family business, and a lot of family business, I think they make the mistake where they don't draw the line. When you're at work, you're at work. When I'm at work, my father is not my father, he's my business partner. My aunt as well works here, she's the accounts receivable manager. When we are here in the stationery center, I am owner, general manager, my father is CEO, and she's the accounts receivable manager. We're not father, daughter, brother, sister, because that is when gray areas are created. And we want to run a first-class business. So we have to draw the line, and just the mindset that we understand that, we work well together in that regard. When I get to work, I have my action list. So I try and deal with what you call the frog. I eat the frog first. Things that I really don't want to deal with but I know need to get done, I try and get them out of the way. And then I move on to items such as following up on emails, follow up on calls, tie up any loose ends. I also work on my monthly goals, because every month I have goals that I must achieve in order to achieve the bigger results. My goals are centered around 2 things. Profit, getting a more robust bottom line, and systemizing the business. I want to have a commercial, profitable enterprise that can work without me. If I want to go on vacation, I can go on vacation without having to check into the office, because I know that everything is being run properly. I don't want to work in my business, I want my business to work for me. We strongly believe that our team are our internal customers, and we want them to be happy both at work and in their own lives. So we have a Motivate and Inspire Wednesday, and they really gain a lot from it, you know, working towards their goals, their own personal goals, working towards their visions. In terms of their opinions and ideas, they can be open with them. We have our Robin brand. Just the other day, our warehouse manager said, why don't you put the Robin brand on certain items that don't have a brand? And we started doing that, and it has taken off. We sell school supplies, office supplies. We sell everyday business and education solutions. So we have a very wide range of products. We cater mostly to companies who sell to the end users, which are other companies. For instance, they will sell to an office who is going to use the items. We sell to brick and mortar stores such as pharmacies, gas stations, bookstores, you name it. Whoever sells stationery, we will sell it to them. Well, let's go downstairs into the warehouse and I'll give you a walkthrough. Alright, we're now in the warehouse and this is part of the warehouse team. Some of them have been with us since I was a little girl. Remember, we started the company when I was 7 years old. We are a very strong Jamaican family business. Our driver Herbie has been with us for many years because, I mean, imagine he used to drop me to prep school every morning. So he has been with us a very long time, pretty much the 27 years that we've been in business. My father taught me everything about this business from ground up. So he taught me how to pack shelves efficiently. So I used to, you know, dabble in everything, data entry, working in the warehouse, I mean everything. As I mentioned before, when Hurricane Ivan had hit in 2004, our building floors collapsed. And what I'm standing on now did not exist at that time. So from the very front of the building, this was all that was left. The back of the building was gone with our goods, and we had just received a shipment actually. So it was really a disaster. However, my mother and father, they practiced good business practices because we didn't have to finance it. We had insurance, plus there's what they had saved, the retained earnings was able to build back the building. We didn't have to obtain any financing from anywhere at all. I would love to encourage other business owners, other SMEs to always put aside for a rainy day because you just never know what can happen.